It's Lost Rocket right here with Leatherface. So there you go. Some Bay Area thrash metal, if you will.
Like it.
Yeah. So there you go. And we want to thank our good friend Bob Nobandian for always being vigilant and checking in with us.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. He just kind of heard us call out his name, and he's like the Lord. He was just there.
It's like, what?
Exactly. Say, Lord, are you there? And there he is. Bob Nobandian pops up.
Well, not even ass kissing here. The movie fucking rules.
It really does. Again, the editing and the context and the material, very strong. It was well put together, well edited. I mean, it's been a long time in coming, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth whatever it's going to cost, $15 or whatever.
Or if you have Amazon Prime, it'll be free, right?
It'll be free on Prime, but
yeah. I
know I'm going to buy one anyway, even though Bob will probably send us one, but I'll probably buy one and give one away to the fans. But
yeah,
you know, I always buy one to support, and you know, I usually get. I might keep this one though, since I'm in it. You know, I might actually keep one, a rare piece of fucking actual physical product that I might keep.
Yeah. Well, speaking of support, and this one kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've mentioned a couple of weeks, or actually, I guess it was last week, about, you know, people buying the CMS shirts, which I really appreciate.
Sure.
And I've sent a bunch of shirts out here in the last couple of months and whatnot. So I get this shirt order. My nephew sends me a shirt order for 3 shirts.
Your nephew?
My nephew.
Like he bought it through PayPal?
Yeah, he did. He went through the channels to get 3 shirts. And so I hit him with a text that was just like, what's up with the order for 3 shirts? Are you giving these away or something? And he goes, no, you know, the one that I have, it's kind of worn. It's got some holes in it. So I bought 2 for me, and I bought 1 for a friend.
All right, cool.
Plus I wanted to support the show.
Well, thanks, nephew Neeley.
So he listens to the show religiously, and you know, he texts me pretty much on a daily basis about each segment that's released. And it's like, holy shit, I can't agree more with you guys, you know.
Right, sure.
You know, because he's a young guy, you know, he's 20 years younger than me, so he's like 37, you know. He does real well for himself. He's got a good job and owns his own home, and he's got nice vehicles, and you know, he does all the good things that, you know, single dudes do.
Yeah, the translation, no bitch.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. So, you know, he makes 6 figures.
Right. Nice.
And has a nice home and cars and does what he wants and comes and goes and listens to the show, and, you know, he likes you and I. So whatever the case.
Well, good on him. He's a smart one because he likes us.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. But anyway, you sent over this broken up segment here. This might be a two-parter here.
It could be a 10-parter because I only sent you 1/4 of the total audio.
Okay.
There's a lot to this.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of this because, again, I like the first take type stuff.
Well, then you are in for a ride, my friend, because this, I am normally not taken aback by anything that is said about anybody. And this really took me far back.
All right. Well, what we're talking about here is apparently Ace Frehley, formerly of Kiss, his ex by the name of Rachel Gordon.
Correct.
She did an interview.
She did.
What was the purpose of this interview?
As I understand it, and you know, they didn't really spell this out per se.
Well, who's they? They who?
The interview is with a entity that I'm not familiar with, although they did a pretty decent job with this, to be honest. But it's called Sofa King Cool magazine. But it's a podcast, I guess, or a video.
So again, I've seen that
Sofa King is always
it's been thrown around. I think Bar 7 with Jeff Keith and Tommy Skio when Tesla was broken up.
Yeah.
They originally were going to call Bar 7 Sofa King.
Right. And then the label said, nope.
Yeah. So fucking what?
Right. Well, these guys are so fucking cool.
All right.
So Sofa King Cool magazine.
All right. And where are they from?
No idea.
Are they US based or are they UK?
They sound like they're American. They don't sound European.
Okay.
But I don't know much about them, and to be honest, I didn't dig in to try and find it, and I apologize to them for that. I didn't even think about it.
Okay.
But the premise, as I understand it, is that within the last, let's say, 6 weeks, Rachel Gordon, who was Ace's longtime girlfriend, lived with him for 12, 13 years or so.
Okay.
Got thrown out on her ass.
Okay.
Ace put her out. Ace didn't give her any money. She doesn't have a job. She, of course, says that her whole job was taking care of Ace, as you'll hear. And she called in to shed a lot of light on a lot of things.
Well, basically, and again, I haven't listened to any of this, not a word of it.
Right.
So she's a spurned woman.
Yes.
Who basically is lashing out and trying to get back at Ace.
Scorched earth, my friend. Scorched earth.
Of course. So it's like, yeah, I spent, how many years?
12 or 13 or something.
I spent 12 or 13 years of my life taking care of this drug-addled asshole.
Yeah.
Threw me out on my ass, and I just want to expose him for the ass wipe he is.
Right.
Is this what this boils down to?
Oh, it goes way, way further.
Well, again, I don't know. I haven't heard any of it, so I'm just asking you.
That's part of it.
Okay.
It's very rare that I ever feel the legal need to throw legalese out there. But in this one rare occasion, I'm going to put some legalese ahead of you playing one word of this.
All right.
All of this, we have no idea if it's true or not.
So it's all alleged.
Oh, it's all alleged. We are simply reporting on what is being said here.
Right.
We are not saying that this fucking chick is telling any kind of a truth or any kind of a lie for that matter, because I don't want her, who sounds very desperate for money, to be suing us either.
Yeah. So this is what you said on another show. We're just reporting it as you said it.
We are just going to report some of the highlights.
Okay.
Look at that picture of Ace and her in the chat room with John Astronomy doing a photo bomb in the back.
Oh, yeah. Look at her with Eddie Trunk.
Eddie Trunk and John Astronomy. Either John Astronomy or the lead singer from Venom. I can't tell which.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not that cute in my eyes.
Well,
is she to you?
No, she would never even attract my attention for a second.
You'd think Ace would do better than that, wouldn't you? Maybe she's really nice.
I don't know. I knew nothing about her until you brought her to my attention.
Well, wait till you hear some of this stuff. Holy smokes.
Oh, I see what Aria Smith is saying. She looks like Victoria Jackson.
Yeah, kind of.
Early SNL.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
How weird is that I even knew who he was making reference to?
You have that weird sense of memory.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Again, I know nothing about this, so I'm going to take your word for this.
All right.
So this first one is called Paul Stanley. What is this called?
I don't remember.
What the hell is this? Paul Stanley.
Just play it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it's called. It's segment 1.
All right. That's called Paul Stanley something or another.
Yeah, I just tried to give him some kind of reference point, but you don't need it. Believe me, when she starts talking, you won't need my descriptions to understand where she's going with it.
All right. Good enough. Fair enough. Whatever. See, where the hell did that go? Every time I open these goddamn folders, they just go somewhere else. Went away on my laptop here, or on my desktop here.
God damn it.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Well, I'm trying to make a good segment out of this here. Let me see here. Windows is always just screwing things around here.
Can you not just save it to your desktop?
I did, but I opened it in a folder and it just kind of like went into the grouping.
Oh.
Let's see here. Where is this goddamn thing? Oh, there it is. Rachel Gordon. I got it. All right. Paul Stanley fucked something or other.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Sophie King Cool here with Rachel Gordon. How you doing today, Rachel?
I'm not doing very good. Thank you.
You know, I'm looking around. I'm taking a look at your Facebook. I see there's a lot of things going on with you right now, and I'd like to get it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was awful prepared.
Yeah. Well, she gets going. Don't worry.
Well, here's the thing. How you doing, Rachel? I'm good.
No, not good.
Well, I know, but I'm just paraphrasing here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have you here on the show, and we want to talk to you about what's going on. So what's going on?
Stuff.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there is a lot going on. I mean, my whole entire life has been shattered, and I was with Ace Frehley, and I was called his wife, told I was his wife. I was proposed to, I wore his ring, and I was called Mrs. Frehley for 12 years straight.
So you never officially got married then?
You never dragged his drunken, doped up ass into a church?
Yeah. So here we go. It's just like, well, he said. Yeah.
He didn't legally say shit.
Yeah. You got no legal grounds aside from common law, depending on what state you live in.
Yeah. Where's Ace live? Does he still live in New York?
I have no idea.
Mm.
So, well, he said, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
All right. Big mistake. Well,
he bought me a ring though. So that makes it real, doesn't it?
Yeah. Could have got it from the 5 and dime. As long as it didn't turn green on your finger.
That's right.
All right. So basically she starts off with Ace is a piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not doing so good because I expected to be supported the rest of my life.
That's right.
All right, because of that big Ace money.
Mm-hmm. Well, there probably was big Ace money at some point.
Yeah, but he pissed
Publicly
it away.
And at home. And now I have no place to live in the middle of a...
What the hell is that? Is that
that's
her?
On their end. That's on their end, not ours.
What? No.
That ringing?
No. What I'm trying to say is she couldn't turn off her notifications while she was talking.
No. Of course not.
Okay.
Might be Ace calling her back to come back and live with her.
Well, she couldn't be doing too bad if she has a cell phone that's still getting notifications.
Maybe she stole it from Ace and he doesn't know how to cancel it.
All right.
I don't know. I'm wondering if there's if this is recorded with one of those plunger things on the back of an iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know, but she's in the middle of a conversation, but she's getting notifications.
Of course.
Bling, bling. All right, here we go.
And I've been locked out of the place I was renting. And I have no relatives. Ace knows that. I have no place to go. Ace knows that. And I believe this is probably, bringing him pleasure.
Well, it may or it may not be bringing him pleasure, but none of that is his problem.
Oh my God. They didn't even set this up for the reason why she's even on here.
No, of course not.
She just basically starts bloviating about her unfortunate circumstance without any context whatsoever why she's even on the show.
Right. Well, dude, and I know that part is true, but let's just go into real life. Once you've walked away from a chick, do you give two fucks what she's doing?
No.
She thinks what? He should still care? You're out.
Well, I have no family, which he knew, and I've got no place to go, which he knew. So he's supposed to somehow make sure you're set up for the rest of your life, or what's the deal?
These sound like the problems of somebody that didn't prepare.
I guess. Okay. All right. We're barely a minute into this, and already I got a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, you're gonna have a lot more. Holy smokes!
All right, here we go.
Rather than help me out when I've been with him that long, I think that it brings them pleasure to know that I don't know what they're trying to do. They know that I know a lot of stuff. They know what genius.
They who?
Kiss.
But he's not associated with Kiss.
Think you're going to find out differently, Neely.
All right. Okay. They.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
And I think they'll just stop at nothing to try to destroy me.
Now, what I'm doing here is I'm looking at your Facebook account here, and one thing I want to ask you about is a post you made earlier today. It says, "Where's Paul Stanley? Abusive and mentally ill sister." It's really Paul. Can you tell me about that post?
Yeah, I'll tell you all about that post. Ace wrote a book that I told him to write. I said, "Why don't you write a book?" When I first met him in 2008. And then when I moved in with him, I said, you should really write this book and call it No Regrets. Because at that point, I didn't know anything except for I thought that he was just this poor rock star that got picked on for getting loaded or whatever. I said, write a book and call it No Regrets. Well, he did. He wrote the book. It was a bestseller. I thought...
Was it a bestseller?
I didn't read it.
I wasn't even aware there was a book called No Regrets. Really?
Yeah, I didn't read it. I know that.
Maybe Jackal knows about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Holy shit.
I just like how everything was her. Ace was just a bumbling idiot in his house, and she said, well, you need to write a book.
Right. And call it No Regrets and do this, that, and the other.
Great idea, Rachel. Get me a laptop immediately.
Yeah. So if you're so scary talented as far as a promoter and idea person, why aren't you in the business?
Yeah, why isn't she becoming an agent for somebody else?
That's my point.
Yeah.
All right.
Of the book, I thought of the cover, I thought of the title, the font that I had to argue with Simon & Schuster over hitting the braids.
Simon and who?
Schuster.
I thought she said Simon and Schuster.
Well, Simon & Schuster, Simon & Schuster, it's all the same.
I gotta hear that again. Simon and Schuster.
I thought of the book, I thought of the cover, I thought of the title, the font that I had to argue with Simon & Schuster over hitting the braids.
Simon and Schuster.
Or Schuster.
That was the other. That's the other publishing company.
Yeah. That's for the people that don't go to Simon & Schuster. They go to Simon & Schuster.
That's the Kmart version of Simon & Schuster.
I'd like to point out, too, that she picked the font.
The font.
The font.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you use the font? Oh, I don't know, that maybe Kiss uses.
Yeah. Why don't you use Times Roman?
Yeah. Arial is good. You know what would look good, Ace? A little Myriad Pro right here.
Right.
I chose the font. Shut up.
font.
I chose the font. I chose the paper style. I said I wanted it to be a 5x8 and not a 6x9. You know, I chose the thickness of the paper. We went with a creamy color instead of white.
Yeah, we went with a 10-pound instead of a 7-pound.
That's right. We sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And a picture of him. And it was a New York bestseller about his wild, stories in the 70s.
Did she say a New York bestseller?
I think so.
Did she mean New York Times bestseller?
Does it matter? New York Times, New York,
I need context.
LA.
You know me. I need context.
There's no context to have here. The book was out and somebody in New York bought it. It was a New York bestseller.
It was a New York groove.
Yeah, back in the New York groove. You're damn right.
Exactly. All right.
And then right after that, Paul Stanley wrote a book, which was not a bestseller. And, I can see why. And anyway.
Yeah, because she didn't choose the font. That's what it was. She chose the font for that book and not for Paul's book. Therefore, it didn't sell.
Did she choose Paul's photo that he used on the front cover?
Probably skipped out on that too, which is why Paul couldn't sell copies. And that's why Paul's was not a New York bestseller.
Right, of course. All right.
Ace read part of it. I read part of it. It was really, him and his ear and his poor ear problem that you couldn't even see because of his hair. But Ace explained to me the whole thing. Ace said his sister wasn't, there's nothing wrong with his sister. His sister wasn't mentally ill or abusive at all. It was Paul. And I said, what do you mean it was Paul? He said, it was Paul. Paul was fucking abusive. Paul was a fucking, he was a mentally and physically abusive brother who fucked his sister.
Go fuck your mother.
Oh, you go fuck my sister.
Wow.
So Paul fucked his sister.
According to Rachel.
According to Rachel Gordon.
According to Rachel.
Not according to us.
No, according to Rachel.
We weren't there to know where Paul stuck his dick.
No, of course not. Wow. Okay.
And knocked her up. He said, you're fucking your sister when you're 17, 18 years old. He was bigger than her and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, what are you talking about? I said, what? I said, they had a baby. He was like, he went on to tell me, he said, he goes, look it up. He goes, the one that he says is his niece, that's his daughter.
Wow.
Do the fucking DNA. Okay. There you go, everybody.
That's
one out of a million things I know.
That's a pretty big bombshell right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody picked that up.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for spelling that one out, dude.
This chick, I don't know her.
Yeah.
But just gauging from basically almost 4 minutes of audio.
Mm-hmm.
Major bimbo.
Sounds like a classy lady to me.
I don't know Ace at all.
Yeah, me either.
He cohabitated 12 years with this chick.
He sure did.
Holy!
Hey, look, there's the book. Look at that font.
I wasn't even aware of a book.
I remember this because John Ostronomy wrote on it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember this book.
Oh, look at that. It's got his name right there.
Yeah. Remember? And we dogged out John for writing it back in the day. I'm not sure why she thinks that font is special. It's just a regular font.
Yeah, it's not, doesn't stand out.
And it's embossed, I guess, or beveled or whatever that's called, but that's something. She chose that photo too. Great choice.
Fantastic.
Where's her name on it? Come, it doesn't say with Joe Layden, John Ostrowski, and Rachel Gordon.
I wasn't even, aside from something we may have goofed on about, what, 12 years ago?
12 years ago.
I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, it's there. Are you going to run out and get it now?
No. Okay. She is a spiteful woman.
Well, yeah. It's because she got thrown out on her ass and wasn't given nothing. Gee, imagine that. A guy that owed you nothing gave you nothing. How about that?
All right. Well, this next segment is called Ace Was a Baby and He Ruined Her Life.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I hate to laugh at tragedy like this,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're dealing with adults,
Yeah.
you can't sit there and go, well, my whole life was in somebody else's hands.
Yes, you can. She's doing it.
I can't say that that I can agree with that.
But she's doing it, so you can do it. Of
All
course.
right. All right. All right, here we go.
Now, what made him bring that up? What made it finally tell you about that?
You don't need any reason for Ace to tell you something. When I lived with Ace, I was with Ace 24 hours a day, like I said, 24 hours a day. And to be in a hotel room now during a deadly pandemic and have no place to live, I wasn't just with Ace. I loved Ace, and I took care of Ace, and I bathed Ace. I bathed him.
You bathed him. Was he an invalid?
I love the whole, well, it's a deadly pandemic and I don't have a place. Shut up. You just said you're in a hotel. You have somewhere to live. Go to the YMCA.
Yeah. A pandemic that has a 99.9.6% recovery rate.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be fine. Why can't she go and stay at a homeless shelter if she's truly homeless?
So did she get booted out on her ass like recently or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Like within the last 2 months.
Okay.
It's like really recent. And then
So basically, if she was legally Ace's wife, she would have been a divorcee, right?
correct.
So without any kind of legal paper between the two of them, she was just a girlfriend.
Yeah. She was just someone that stayed with him.
Okay.
He don't know her shit.
All right.
As far as I could see.
Again, if they never tied the knot, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
and she was just his chick,
Yeah.
and the relationship ended,
Mm-hmm.
you got to move on.
Yeah. And guess what? When somebody breaks up with you, they don't owe you shit.
It's over.
That's it.
All right.
Take care of him like he was a gigantic 6'2" infant. I gave him baths and showers, and I powdered his balls. I put
What? Is Ace an invalid? Is he like wheelchair bound or something? What is the deal?
I can just see wheeling Ace in like a rope and just having one of those bathtubs that opens up. Has like a little door on it.
Yeah, it's got the door on it. Yeah.
She just wheels him in and turns on the water.
The guy is out there playing guitar in front of, a club of people. And this chick is saying that she had to bathe him and powder his balls. I don't get it. I just spent back over the Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
I spent 4 days at Don Dawkins' house,
Mm-hmm.
and he had surgery back in November of last year.
Yeah.
And his right hand, he doesn't have full use of his right hand
Sure.
yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he got up every day and did his daily business, and he and I went to like Home Depot and shit like that, and picked up building materials and stuff. The guy isn't paralyzed or invalid.
What kind of powder did you use on his balls?
I didn't use powder.
Just asking.
But his chick wasn't like serving him hand and foot.
Mm.
Well,
but that's Don. This is Ace. Needs a little more care.
Does he?
Apparently so.
Well, as far as I know, I haven't heard of Ace having any physical abnormalities to where he can't take care of himself.
All he can do is play guitar.
I guess.
That's it.
So he's worse off than Mick Mars.
Apparently so.
So they have to wheel him up to stage and hook him up on some kind of a prop in order to make him stand so he can play guitar.
Probably.
So this chick has to bathe him and powder his balls because he's incapable.
Mick Mars, they probably just have a gold bomb blower that just blows stuff on his balls.
This is fucking ridiculous. And again, we're only in 5 minutes of this.
I know.
And I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about, you retard?
Dude, and this whole thing is like 2.5 hours. I mean, I cut 30 minutes, but there's 2.5 hours of this.
Holy shit.
And it's still we're not even to the home runs yet.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten we're like into a quarter of the second segment, basically 5 minutes in.
Yeah. And I gave you what, 8 segments?
Yeah. All right, here we go.
In clean pajamas every night.
Who wears pajamas?
Ace.
Do you wear pajamas?
Fuck no.
I don't wear pajamas.
Pajamas? What am I, 70?
Well, the last time I wore pajamas?
What, about 12 years old?
No, I wasn't even like 6.
Yeah. The last time I wore pajamas, they had feet on them.
Yeah, 6 years old, 6 years old.
That's what I'm saying. You had to be small.
Pajamas. Huh. Who wears pajamas?
The only thing I can think of with pajamas is old people.
Exactly.
Like really 75, 80-year-old people.
Or little kids.
Or little kids, 7 or 70, as somebody just put in the chat room. Well, Ace is closing in on 70, isn't he?
Yeah, but who wears pajamas?
Well, if he's 70, get him a nice spaceman pajama suit. Buzz Lightyear on it or something, so it's space-ish. It'd be great.
All right.
I'd love to see Ace Frehley in fucking Buzz Lightyear pajamas. That'd be great.
Pajamas. I can't stand to wear clothes when I'm in bed.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, here we go.
Movies on, and I brought him his coffee every morning. When he said jump, I said jump. I mean, I love the man, but he was extremely abusive. I never had my own money.
All right. Well, this is your fault.
All right, somebody put Ace's pajamas in the chat room.
I see that.
Look at that.
This is 100% your fault.
Yeah.
100%. Not because Ace said, get my coffee.
Yeah.
The reason you got his coffee is because you chose to do that.
Because you wanted to be dating and fucking a rock star.
Basically, yes.
That's it.
Ben Benjamin really wears a nightcap and gown.
Carries a candle to bed.
What am I, Bob Cratchit?
No shit. Jesus.
I had my own cards. I didn't know he was committing fraud, which he was. I didn't know he was using my personal information and my name to commit fraud, but he was doing that. My credit's completely ruined. Even if I had $10 to put in the bank right now, I couldn't put it in any bank because when my name comes up, his name comes up and fraud comes up. And he completely used me and abused me, and all the years that I really, that he called me his poodle and how could I live without you? I couldn't live without you. He'd cry if I wouldn't go with him, or if I was tired or suggested that I rest and not go on tour, he would say he's going to cancel the whole tour, and he can't do it without me and all that. I mean, we love each other very much, but I
apparently not.
Well, the part where he you know, fraudulently used her name, I can maybe understand that.
Yeah.
Because we've heard other stories about how he, like, you know, some fan bought him a car or something, some shit like that.
Right, yeah. Well, look, she brought him a transformer and got him in the bathtub.
I see that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Jeez. Rachel, I don't know you, and you seem like you might be an okay chick, but you this is all your fault. You're fucking a rock star, and you did anything you could do to maintain that. That's it. Period.
Yeah. Get this.
It's ridiculous. All right, and we're not even through segment 2 yet.
No.
God damn.
Jerry from the YouTube chat. Here's your coffee. Pay me. Here's some pussy. Pay me.
Exactly.
Here's your book font. Pay me.
Exactly. Wow. All right, here we go.
I see that I was used and trafficked, and I'm sure Ace, you know, I know Ace loved me, and that's the thing. He was told to get away from me and walk away from me, because he told me literally in 2018 and right before he left in 2019 that I posed a threat, and that Paul and Jean give orders for him to get away.
Wait a minute. Why is Paul and Jean even a factor here?
Because they control Ace's life.
Really? He's not even involved with Kiss.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Oh, maybe you think that. She obviously knows something you don't know, Neeley.
Apparently not. I don't know the inside story, but for Ace to be estranged from Kiss since what, 2000?
Stop using logic, Neeley. There's method to her madness here.
Okay. All right. So, you know, Ace was a part of the Kiss reunion from 96 to what? I think he left in 2000 again, right? Somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are 20 years removed.
Yeah.
And yet Gene and Paul somehow have control over Ace and what
They do.
he does.
That's right.
Okay. I didn't realize that those two Jews had so much power.
They do. I don't know, but I think I just put up a picture of Ace in his pajamas.
All right. All right, here we go.
For me, I can't be around. There's going to be a reunion, and I know too many things. And because of what Jean did to me and everything, I pose a threat, and then I'm going to interfere with business.
What did Jean do to you?
She'll tell you.
All right.
I don't know if I even cut that part out. I'll just tell. I don't think I have that part in the story here. Allegedly, Jean raped her. That's coming soon.
Okay. Wow.
All kinds of good stuff in this.
This is amazing. These are revelations.
A lot of news. That's why I told you.
These are amazing revelations.
As I said to you when I sent this to you, leave a lot of room.
Okay. Here we go. This one is Paul sucked Ace's dick.
Yeah.
While sleeping.
That's right.
And Paul likes young boys.
Yeah.
Even though he allegedly raped his sister.
That's right.
Are you sure we're not talking about Trump here? I mean, seriously. All right, here we go.
No, tell me about Ace's relationship with Paul. Were they friends or?
Ace is to him, they played rock and roll together, and they were brothers way back when in rock and roll and all that. And
what do you mean they played rock and roll together? Isn't that known as being in a band?
Well, formality, Neeley.
Yeah, they were in a band together. They were a band of brothers. They didn't just quote unquote play rock and roll together.
Yeah.
Who says that?
Her?
Yeah, they just played rock and roll together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, what do you want to get to the chase? Ace, you know, Ace used to tell me that he used to wake up in the hotel room and he was he roomed with Paul for a long time, but
why would Ace and Paul room together?
You know, Kiss didn't make a lot of money, so they had to share hotels sometimes.
Did they? I mean, how long ago was this? Was this like 1973, 1974?
Really, please. You know, this could have been 1992. Kiss didn't make a lot of money.
Please.
They had to double up in their hotel rooms.
When did Kiss really break big?
74.
Yeah, 74, 75, somewhere around there. All right.
They probably piled all four guys into a fucking room at the Days Inn. Probably still do.
Okay. Heavy metal dad. Paul putting the X in sex.
Damn right he did.
All right.
he said that Ace said that it's clear. I made myself clear earlier that Ace is got it on with guys, and that there's no problem with that. I mean, what's the problem with that? Okay, so, but he used to get really, blasted out of his mind, and it would be anybody. He said it was every guy. He said it was the owner of Studio 54. It was the original manager. It was roadies. It was producers. It was people all around him. And he said he used to get really, if he said everybody was my coke dealer. Everybody was my drug dealer. Whores, bodyguards, cops, everybody. And he said as soon as he passed out, he said he'd wake up a lot of times and Paul was going down on him. Paul was giving him head.
Was he?
People.
I need to suck your dick.
Oh, this dick in my mouth, people.
Wow. Okay. Again, I have no idea. Allegedly.
Jizz is falling. Oh.
All right. Oh no, Ace is coming. Jeez. All right, here we go.
So you're saying that
I forgot to tell you, I had to knock him out once. He had to knock him out once, yeah.
Knock him out because he woke up.
He probably knocked him out more than that, but he just told me I had to knock him out once. Wouldn't leave my dick alone. They showered. He goes, we always showered together. We always showered together in the old days, all the time.
They showered together all the time?
Well, they were conserving water, Neely.
That's what they were doing?
Yeah, those hotel rooms, they're notorious for charging by the droplet of water that you use. So.
Ace, I'm taking a shower now. You want to shower with me?
It's not cold whiskey. Cold shower, baby. Cold shower.
Well, see, here's the thing. And here's her story.
Yeah.
She more or less is like saying that Ace was saying, hey, Ace, come shower with me. And he willingly went and showered with Ace or with Paul.
Hey, Ace, you got your soap on the rope?
So isn't that what she's saying? That Ace voluntarily, knowingly
That's what she's
went
saying.
and showered with Paul, allegedly?
That's what she's saying.
Okay. So what does that say about Ace?
Well, she said Ace was fine with fucking dudes. Roadies and drug dealers and whoever.
All right.
She said Ace loved it. Just didn't like waking up to Paul sucking his cock.
Right. But he was my man. All right.
So, he said they always did. think they did the last time they had a reunion. He said, we always showered together, and Cole wouldn't leave my dick alone. And it really bothered me, you know, and I said, what do you mean he wouldn't leave it alone? You know, like what? I mean, he's always trying to touch it, you know, always trying to talk about it, always trying to touch it and bring it up. And Tim would bring it up and talk about it too, but I used to wake up and Paul was sucking my dick. There you go.
Hey, Ace! Are you awake? I want to gobble that dick! Jesus Christ.
It's a good story.
Wow.
I'm starting to think I believe her.
This is only segment 3. Jeez. Of course, I don't know how old this girl is or this woman is.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me she wasn't even old enough to be around in that era.
Well, she just said that they were showering together on the last tour, the last reunion tour.
Yeah, so between 96 and 2000, whenever Ace was still part of that reunion tour, wasn't the reunion tour like 96 or something?
96, somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah. So even as, you know, middle-aged men, they were just like falling back into old habits. Is that what you were saying?
That's what she said.
All right. Hey, Ace, it's good to have you back on the Kiss train. You want to take a shower?
Let's get that dick out, Ace. I'm on the Psycho Circus.
Exactly.
And I said, welcome to Ace's Bone.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the bone.
Exactly. All right.
What did Ace do when he woke up to Paul Stanley blowing him?
Blowing him.
Well, he told me, he's like,
What a question.
he said, look, I fucked everybody. He goes, I used to fuck everybody. I'd be fucking so blasted I didn't care who I was fucking. At times, he said there was orgies I didn't know who was fucking who I was fucking, whether it was a man or a woman. I didn't care. He said, I don't care. I don't got a problem with that. He had gay lovers, gay friends in the early days that were, he said that Kiss has people removed and has people taken away that interfere in business or that were sidetracking Ace too much.
Hey, Ace.
No.
I like sucking your dick, but could you tell your girl not to put so much powder on your balls? Does it taste good, Ace? I want to suck a raw dick. No powder on that dick and balls. Come on.
Jeez. So this girl, this woman, this Rachel,
Yeah.
she's in love with Ace, but he basically, as Jay would say on Silent Bob and Jay and Silent Bob, is I'm gonna fuck everything that moves.
That's right.
I'm very attracted to a guy who will basically take a dick and fuck a pussy. How many women do you know, if they knew that you had a sexual proclivity for men, would go, yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Let me powder those balls for you. Let me get them ready.
How many women do you know that would actually go, that's cool?
Yeah.
Nobody.
None of them.
None of them. All right. God gave cock and hole to you. Please. What is wrong with the? I have zero
Mm-hmm.
insight as to if this chick has any credibility at all.
Don't know.
Jeez. All right, here we go.
How many times did you said it was multiple times? How many times did he wake up to Paul Stanley?
He didn't tell me exactly how many times. He just said, he said a bunch of times, I mean, Yeah. I mean, he'd had bisexual things happen to him when he was a kid, and a lot of men have. But we're talking about in
a lot of men have.
A lot of men have.
Have they?
Happens to everybody, dude.
All right.
in the kiss days is what I'm discussing.
Right.
He said, called a predator for young boys. He always has been since the early 70s. He's a liar, too. He shoots up steroids. Oh, he said he shoots up steroids. He pounds Valiums. He always has. He's a liar. He's a fucking hypocrite. He shoots up steroids, and he goes after his prey is young boys. He likes young boys, especially up-and-coming talent. Especially all the up-and-coming bands. They used to be up-and-coming bands and stuff, and he'd go and tell them he'd do things for them and everything, and, you know.
Look out, Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
Ace is after your dick.
That's right. Now we know why the Deftones were on that show. You wanted some Chino cock.
Apparently so.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. All right. We're gonna play one more segment.
All right.
How much of this do you believe?
All of it.
Really?
Every bit of it.
This is one spurned, hateful bitch.
Allegedly.
I don't know how much of this is true or not true, or how much of this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we all know that people in the entertainment business, especially people in the very successful entertainment business, have a tendency to get into depravity, especially when success and money are involved.
Sure.
But how much of this do you believe is true?
It's got to be all of it. I mean, she seems like a very reasonable person. Why would she make something up like this?
Again, well, this is all Ace yapping about the shit.
Yeah.
Because she has no firsthand knowledge of any of this, does she?
Beats me.
Probably not.
Probably not. Again, I ain't doubting anything because I'm not going to court with this bitch.
No, I know nothing about this. Nothing.
Yeah.
So, how long ago was this released or put out there?
Not long ago. It's fairly recent.
Okay. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks.
Up right now. Let's see here. Sofa King Cool Magazine. Yes. Interview with Rachel Gordon 1 month ago.
Okay, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, are you aware of anybody in the KISS camp, the the Gene and Paul camp?
No.
Filing any lawsuits or anything?
No, nothing yet.
Okay.
So maybe it's true.
Who knows? All right, this next segment is called Ace Has Another Daughter from a Groupie.
Yeah.
Why? How come that's so hard to believe?
It's not hard for me to believe.
It's not hard for me to believe either. That happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Ace has 2 daughters, too. He's got another daughter. He's actually a grandfather. He's got another daughter by a groupie, a famous groupie.
A famous
with
groupie.
Robert Plant.
Well, who would that be?
That's that. Is that the plaster caster?
Yeah, DeBars?
Maybe. Mm.
So Ace has
Pamela DeBar
has a daughter with a quote unquote famous groupie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not hard to believe.
No.
Before Ace, and I forget what her name is. It's a round face like me, cute, dark hair. And I forget what her name was, but she
Well, something that sounds like Pamela DeBars.
Yeah. She can't remember.
All right. Cute, dark hair. Sounds like her.
he knocked her up, and he goes, I knocked her up. when I first moved in with him in late 2008, he kept getting these calls.
Well, here she's making claims about the Kiss reunion that took place between 96 and 2000. She didn't even move in with him till 2008.
Well, good point. But she knows.
Does she?
Of course. She's got some insight, Neeley.
Sure she does. All right.
From the mother. And I was like, well, and he said, what am I supposed to do? What am I going to do? I don't fucking, I ain't raised up. I'm like, well, if they need some money, why don't you just send them some money? And he goes, I'm not going to answer my phone. I'm not answering my phone. He's like, what am I supposed to fucking do? Because I probably knocked up 1 million women. I don't give a fuck. I can't do it. Can't take care of them. So there's that.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, again, is that out of the question? No.
Not really.
I mean, does it happen? Sure. It probably happens a lot.
Yeah, probably happens.
All the time.
I'd imagine Ace probably does have a couple of kids running around.
Yeah. Stupid. All right. And we'll do this last one.
All right.
How she was tossed into the street.
Yeah.
Look at Ricky Andrews in the chat room. Threw a picture of Pamela with Ace.
Where's their daughter? Oh, I guess we're not supposed to acknowledge that.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a picture where it's just baking in the oven.
Maybe that's the daughter.
Could be. If true, she didn't realize that she was fucked.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
See, that's one thing I want to talk to you about too. Is with you being kicked out of the house? How did that go about? Was that Ace's doing?
First, here's what's happening. I'm renting a 2-story house in a part of San Diego that's kind of by the border of Mexico.
Temecula or it's down by the border.
She doesn't want to give that away, Neeley.
All right.
And the landlord was harassing me really hard, and
why was the landlord harassing you?
She'll tell you.
All right, I'm just asking the question.
Like turning things off and stuff like that. And I called and got a hold of a police officer. I think his name was Officer Fernando or Fran. I think it was actually just Frando. But anyway, he told me, yeah.
Hey, maybe you just called him Friendo whenever you'd see him.
Now that she mentions it, I know Frendo. Officer Frendo.
Yeah, Officer Friendo.
You know him.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the neighborhood policeman.
Yeah. Isn't his first name You're My?
Yeah, you're my friendo.
You're my friendo?
Exactly.
Cannot do this to you. She absolutely cannot have you. You cannot do anything until this Corona thing is completely over. So have your rabbi come over and change all the locks. Change the locks on the fences and on the front door, which I did. And I don't know what's going on.
What does the locks on the fence and the front door have to do with the local cop?
Let's just deal with the bigger issue. She didn't pay her fucking bills, and the landlord said, get out.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
I kind of agree with you.
And now and her only thing is, well, you can't throw me out because of COVID? Fuck you. Beat it. If you're 10 months late and the fucking COVID's been only going 8 months, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
How they got in or what was happening, but 2 mornings ago I woke up with these huge police officers surrounding my bed going, you have 2 minutes to get up and get out. And I said, what? And they said, you didn't pay rent, you no longer live here. And it's all my furniture, my clothes, I'm not dressed, I'm in bed, I'm a woman. It was really like Nazi Germany.
Well, I like how she pulls the woman card.
Of course. You gotta use whatever
I'm a woman.
That should mean something.
Yeah, I'm in bed. I'm not dressed. I'm a woman.
I want to be equal, except when I don't.
And I'm not kidding you.
Oh my God.
I know what that feels like now.
God.
No, they were surrounding my bed. I have pictures and videos, and it was
She's got pictures and videos.
I thought you were sleeping.
Yeah. So she had enough time to grab her phone and hit the video feature on her phone and start videoing.
Apparently, these 7'3" fucking police officers surrounding her bed.
She didn't hear them come in, or they didn't knock. They just snuck in and surrounded her bed.
Hey, bitch, get out of here.
All right.
You've got 2 minutes to get out. And you can't grab your stuff. I'm Officer Friendo, and you better beat it.
Scary. And I already am suffering PTSD from ACE so bad that if I hear the engine.
So she was suffering post-traumatic syndrome from ACE.
Rewind this, because wait till you hear her fucking. This is gonna make your head explode.
All right. So who was paying for this abode she was residing in? Was
Well,
ACE?
apparently nobody. That's why the police are there.
But did she just assume ACE was paying the bills? Is that the deal?
She doesn't really specify that.
All right.
Pictures and videos, and it was really scary. And I already am suffering PTSD from ACE so bad that if I hear the engine of a sports car or a pair of boots, I have my heart races and I get a stomach ache.
I can imagine.
Why? Why can you imagine that?
If I hear a pair of boots,
I hear a pair of boots or the engine of a car. What, did Ace run you over to kick you in the stomach? Is that what we're saying happened here?
if I hear a sports car or a pair of boots,
Vroom, vroom, beat it, bitch. What the fuck? You kick her in the head?
yeah.
Run her over with his car? I mean, what the fuck is she talking about?
So I said, can I get up and get my things? No. And then I got my financial.
You'll have to walk out naked, bitch.
Get out of here.
Are you naked under those covers? Get
Yeah.
out now.
Beat it.
Wow.
Advisor who's just a friend's father who helps me a lot, and he's a really good man, and I don't have any family, and he's like family to me. He said, where's their paperwork? They can't do this to you. I said, they're doing it to me right now. I said, they're doing it. He said, okay. And the big 6'5" cop said, all right, and got handcuffs out and went, you're taking too long.
Did she have a measuring tape? She knew he was 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
He was a 6'5" cop.
Yeah.
He was big and scary.
He was.
I called Black Lives Matter, but they said they couldn't get their unit over to me until 2 hours later because they were at a protest in Louisville.
And if they would have brought their unit over, she'd have powdered their balls.
We're going to have to handcuff you. I go, what are you talking about? No. I said, do you have paperwork? They said, we got it. I said, no, do you have the paperwork? And Nick was on the phone saying, tell them where the paperwork is. We want to see it. Where is it? I said, where's the paperwork? They said, we have it. We have it, like little kids. And they said, we don't have to show it to you. I said, yes. And then Nick said, yeah, tell them, yes, they do. Yes, they do have to show the paperwork. So one of the cops came forward, like a little kid, showing this big giant cop with his paperwork in front of him. And
Do you notice all the cops are giant?
Giant and scary.
I guess they must grow all the cops big in San Diego.
Yeah.
All
Big
of them are 6'5" or bigger.
Big scary cops in
They're
San
big
Diego.
and scary, and they're angry, and they're ready to beat your ass.
That's right.
No wonder the Black Lives Matter people are rioting, because all the cops are 6'5" and bigger.
That's right.
They're big and scary.
Big scary cops.
They are.
showed me the paperwork, and it was the same.
Showing his big giant cock.
She needed a whole bottle of Gold Bond for that one.
Unofficial paperwork that was taped to the front door weeks prior. Nothing was
Weeks prior.
Weeks prior. So she knew this was coming.
Yeah. There was unofficial paperwork that was taped to the door weeks prior.
Yeah. She knew it was coming.
So basically, I just ignored the warnings.
Yeah.
Okay.
out. The landlord's
Jackal. Paperwork signed by John Ostrowski.
Just like to tell you that you've been amazing with Dace.
Right.
But it's time for you to go.
Exactly.
It's time for you to board the silver spacecraft and fly away. Amazing.
signature is on it, and then there's a Xerox fake signature at the bottom of it, but nothing.
How do you know it was a fake signature?
Because it was fake.
How do you know?
Neeley. She said so. That's how I know.
All right. There was a fake signature at the bottom.
Damn right.
There's a bunch of blank papers, all the stuff where it says hearing and all that kind of stuff. Nothing is filled out. They're blank papers.
I was going to say, I don't know how it works in California, but in New York, you have to have a hearing before you can be a...
You have to have a hearing. And there's the little box where it says hearing. And I've got it. It's not even, I have a copy of it, and so does my rabbi. It's not
Her rabbi.
The rabbi has it.
Her rabbi has her legal paper.
Well, you know.
Was he double as a lawyer and a priest?
Yeah. Better call Saul.
All right.
Nothing is filled in. Proceedings were not, and the cop told me, look, this COVID thing, they can't do this to you during the COVID thing. And they told me I was a special exception. How creepy is that? That's really creepy.
How creepy is that? That's a weird statement. How creepy is that?
That's because she's a woman.
Okay.
Creepy.
Yeah, definitely.
And they said, we don't have to leave. We don't have to listen to you, and don't think you're grabbing anything, and don't think you're doing. And I said, and they just locked me completely out, and that's that. And it's everything I own. I have no clothes here, nothing. No, I couldn't grab toiletries. I couldn't grab anything.
No, that's got to be a real mess, especially in the middle of a pandemic where not knowing where you're going to lay your head.
I'm scared to death.
Shut up.
This guy's a white knight sympathizer, isn't he?
God. Especially during a pandemic.
Why?
Really?
What's special about this pandemic?
Is this pandemic making people homeless somehow? In droves? Shut up.
I have not been on the street in my entire life or ever known what I'm not a person that knows I'm not a person that can survive on the street.
Now that I believe. That's the first thing that she said that I'm 100% positive is true. That there's no way she could handle herself on the street. She would be eaten alive and murdered.
Right.
In no time.
All right.
I got a long life. I wasn't raised with money. I worked my whole life and everything, but I just turned 53. I just spent 12 straight years with Ace, taking care of his every single need. Every single need. And that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's him telling you what to do and ordering you around all day and all night. And then he makes it up by crying at night and going, I love you, Poodle. I love you. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to live without my Poodle.
If Ace is really calling his chick Poodle, that's just sad.
My Poodle.
My Poodle.
Look at Jacko. So go get a fucking job.
Yeah, exactly.
This is 100% your fault there, Rachel. I'm sorry to tell you, but just because you capitulated to Ace's every need and want and desire doesn't mean he owes you something for the rest of your life.
Yeah. If you haven't prepared, well, guess what? McDonald's is still hiring.
Yeah, was that an agreement you had with Ace? well, if you powder my balls, I will take care of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I'll take care of you, poodle. Don't worry. Poodle. These
stupid chicks with this fascination with this dumb rock stardom.
Look at that.
Because Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, on the look at the quote on the.
I wasn't watching the screen.
The stream yard.
I wasn't watching that part. I was watching the chat. Yeah, well, that could be true.
She might just be in a puppy play.
She could be. I'm sorry, Rachel. Again, I don't know you. You might be an okay person. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I'm hearing here, you need to just check yourself into a mental institution.
Or just go get a fucking job.
Yeah. Yeah, you got wrapped up with a rock star who basically is way past his prime, and you thought that this was your ticket to a lifetime of easy breezy whatever.
You know where she could probably go, and I'll bet is hiring like a motherfucker and paying a good wage right now? A fucking nursing home.
Yeah, sure.
You know, everybody's scared to work at the nursing home. She is obviously very skilled at it. She's fended for a man's every need for 12 years.
Yeah. She's got an expertise in powdering balls.
Yeah. Sure she could wipe a couple of asses too. I'm sure she probably had to wipe Ace's ass. Well,
according to her anyway.
That's what I'm saying. So wipe somebody else's ass and get a check. Go get old man Lloyd and fucking powder his balls. Sure, that 90-year-old guy wouldn't mind having his balls adjusted by somebody that used to powder Ace Frehley's balls.
Sure.
Tell him the story while you're playing with his jewels.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You know, Ace used to really like this.
Remember Kiss? Yeah, I used to powder his balls.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing yours. What do you think about that?
Yeah. These skilled hands have been on Ace's balls.
Yeah.
Now they're on yours.
That's right. Now put your teeth in and tell me what you think.
Right. Well, we got 3 short segments, so we might as well knock them out.
Knock them out, dude. Go ahead.
Here we go. According to Rachel, she wrote songs for Ace and taught him how to sing them, I guess.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Come on, now play.
You know, I haven't been given like anything for the songs I wrote. Nothing.
She wrote songs?
Sure she did.
She's a songwriter too now.
She's done everything.
Well, not only does she pick photos for books and she picks fonts and comes up with book titles, now she's writing songs.
Songwriter, font expert, ball powderer. She's got a lot of skills.
Yeah, she's definitely on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
On top of Ace's dick.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I got a $9 royalty check for writing Change and Immortal Pleasures, which those 2 songs are great songs on Space Invader. I did interviews.
They're great songs.
That's news to me that there were great songs on Space Invader.
Okay.
For them, and they're not even songs that Ace could write. I actually had to help Ace sing for his diaphragm for those songs because he said, I can't sing that way. And he cried because when I taught him how to sing for his diaphragm, he had a better voice, which the fans noticed and did thank me for it and stuff. We've got
the fans thanked her for it.
Yeah, and all I got was a miserable $9 for all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right.
His new voice because of you and all this stuff. So I helped Ace as much as I could and loved him as much as I could, as much as any woman could love any man and be by his side, and for that long.
And for him to turn his back on you, I mean, that's terrible.
Completely.
It's terrible.
Terrible. Just awful, because nobody ever broke up before.
Where do you think this guy keeps his white horse? In the backyard or in the... You think he has a barn where he keeps his white horse to ride in on?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's terrible.
Nobody ever broke up with their girlfriend, ever.
Never. He wasn't married to her.
Yeah, especially a guy who keeps a chick around for 12 years and doesn't propose to her.
Yeah. He didn't put a ring on his poodle.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
He just had a collar on her. Didn't have a ring.
Nope.
All right. This one is called, what is this called? Ace and Jean like 12-year-old pussies.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good allocation.
All right. All right, here we go.
Now, before we got cut off, you dropped a couple big bombshells. You dropped off that Paul has a daughter that's actually with his sister. You dropped a bomb that Paul used to have some homosexual relationship with Ace. And now...
Yeah, well, Ace doesn't have a problem with being homosexual. He had a problem with waking up and having Paul and other people doing things to him.
So it was never...
I can hear this guy tapping his ring.
Something about that Ace dick. Everybody wanted it.
Everybody wanted Ace's dick. This guy must have a fucking 17-inch cock.
Yeah, everybody's sitting there. Ace, don't you fall asleep because I'm going to gobble that dick. The minute you fall asleep, I'm going to be up all over that thing.
I heard Ace's dick tastes like cotton candy. I'm going to find out.
Exactly.
Jesus. Everybody wanted to suck Ace's cock.
Nope.
So technically, Paul raped Ace.
Yeah, right. When someone passes out and you do something to them, that's what it's called.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
All right.
That's absolutely terrible.
Well, you get 4 guys, and they all come from the boroughs of New York, and they're conditioned to think a certain way, certain kind of macho way, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what where you come from. If you just those neighborhoods do a certain thing to a young guy, whatever. They come out of the boroughs of New York, and and they start this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They start what thing?
This thing.
What thing is that?
Kiss.
Okay.
They're young guys. When they're at the age where they're supposed to be learning, I mean, in my family, you learn etiquette when you're a little kid, but not, these guys. When they're at an age where they're supposed to be learning how to teach, they should be taught and learning how to treat a woman and etiquette.
Does she keep hawking up loogies?
Gold bond.
So they're at the age where they're supposed to be learning how to treat a woman?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Instead, they turn to learning how to suck a dick.
Yeah, sucking each other's cocks.
All right.
Showering with each other.
These are the lords of Flatbush here.
That's right.
And so on and so forth. They were told they get to own the key to every single city and own whatever they want and buy whatever they want, whether it be sex, drugs, anything that they want, and that they own everybody, and that they're better than everybody, and that they're not just rock stars, but they're superheroes, and that they have power over the law, and that they can fuck underage girls, which they did. 12-year-old.
How do you know that?
Because, she's been there since 2008.
How does she know this to make these claims?
Ace told her.
Okay.
And that's what Ace has told me numerous times.
See?
12-year-olds.
Ace had sex with 12-year-olds?
Ace told me I found there's some problems because I found some really serious, like, I found child pornography on his laptop.
Wow. I don't see the FBI rushing in anytime soon, do you?
Well, they might have already been there. Who knows?
Yeah. So he was hanging out with Pete Townsend. They were, exchanging photos.
The way I hear it, Officer Friendo took the laptop.
Tell you what, our fans are just on top of PC with his Lords of Flatbush.
There you go. Just the Fonz.
Long time ago when I first met him, and I really lost it. I really flipped out. He had somebody that was
yeah, you still stayed.
Yeah, well, it's just child porn.
I really flipped out, but yet I still stayed because, well, after all, he is Ace Frehley.
Who would leave if they just found child porn? That's not a reason.
No, it's not a problem.
No. I loved this man.
All right.
Really, his assistant at that time, prior to John, was a guy named Frank Munoz. And now Frank treated me like I was a slave and was really rude. And I just about had enough of the way he talked to me and made me stand and sit in back of Ace. It was just really weird, the whole thing. And when I saw this on Ace's laptop, and I know that his mind is, I know that he has brain damage and that there's no excuse. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to sit here and say there's excuses for that because there isn't. I screamed. I said, what the fuck is this? What is it? And I want to know now. I want an answer now. We were at somewhere. I think we were in Denver or something. I said, I want an answer right now.
I demand. I'm a beggar and hanger on, but I demand answers.
Yeah, pal.
Again, it's like this chick. It's like, I demand to know certain things.
Sounds believable to me.
Yeah. Look at Jackal. Yeah, God damn it. What?
I told you.
Get rid of them. What are they doing there?
Right now, I was never allowed to touch any computers or laptops that Ace owned, and that went up until last year. Never. If I went near them, everything was in certain files. I wasn't allowed to use them. I wasn't even allowed to have a laptop of my own. I could only have an iPad and travel with that. And he's like, "What's the problem? You can just do your shopping and whatever you want to do on that."
I wasn't allowed to have my own computer. God damn it!
I had to have an iPad.
I was only allowed to have an iPad. You can
Yeah.
do your shopping or whatever it is that you do on that.
Man, he made me have the one with only 64 gig of memory, too. Jesus. How am I supposed to live?
Holy shit.
Never allowed to go. If I even walked near a computer in a room, I was in trouble. I wasn't allowed to go near them. But this particular...
Yeah, you still stayed.
Yeah. Well, he's Ace.
You are not convincing me, or as far as I'm concerned, anybody, that you were a victim here.
Other than me, I believe her.
You continued to stay. No matter how good or bad it was, you continued to stay.
Look, Neeley, we can't help it that you're an insensitive prick.
I get
Clearly, she was abused.
All right.
That's my stance.
All right.
I believe every word.
Time and a couple other times I found that and I said, "What is it?" And he said, "It's Frank's." And I wanted to believe that was Frank's. I said, I really have to believe that it's Frank's because this is very serious. This isn't kidding around. I'm not going to stick around for.
But you did. I'm not going to continue to stick around.
Mm-hmm. Ace really is the new Ariel Castro.
Apparently so.
Apparently.
This kind of a thing. Like this, I was laying down the law. I was like,
she was laying down the law.
I guess the law was it's okay to fucking watch kitty porn.
Yeah. Not the guy with the money and the fame. Yeah. She was laying down the law.
Well, and like I said, apparently her law was that kitty porn's okay because I'm staying.
Yeah.
What's going on? That's Frank's. You can call Frank right now and tell him and this and this. And I said, well, why would Frank be using your laptop? Why?
To save
that. We're on the road together, and because he used my laptop. I knew that nobody used Space's laptop. Nobody.
Not even John.
No. Thank God for that. John better be happy he never used that laptop.
Exactly. His fingers would be sticking to the keys.
Might be hauled in by the FBI.
Exactly.
Listen, silver spacecraft guy, we suspect you of kitty porn.
And so I called Frank. He goes, you can fire Frank if you want. Which was not, I wanted to fire him anyway, but then I really wanted to fire him.
She wanted to fire him.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm running the show here, pal.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the vagina. I call the shots.
That's right.
It's not like you had a 40-year career before I met you. I'm telling you how things run.
John, take a note. I'm making a ruling.
So I did, and just before this last thing that happened when he abandoned me in the mansion.
He
abandoned me in the mansion. Sounds like a tough thing.
He abandoned me in the mansion.
He did. Mm-hmm.
All right.
He'd pace around over this Epstein thing and the Weinstein thing. He was pacing, and he was like, I don't feel comfortable with this. I said, what? Because we just had some news we were watching. I was like, look at this. They're finally, because I had been, some things happened to me with a very famous producer when I was 14. And I witnessed child trafficking, and it's hardcore, and I'm going to come forth with that too. But because the guy's still alive, and Ace knows who he is as well, and told me to shut up about that too. But Ace said I don't like it because there's a lot going on. And, I don't know. Again, he started saying I don't know. I've done a lot of things, a lot of bad things. I don't know who I fucked. I don't know. And Gene's in trouble. Gene's in a lot of trouble. Gene could go to prison. That's one of the reasons I want you to shut the fuck up. I said, what? He said, Gene likes that 12-year-old pussy. And once you get the 12-year-old pussy, it's hard to go back.
Is that the same as once you go black, you can't go back?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Once you get that 12-year-old pussy, you can't go back.
It's either big black dick or 12-year-old pussy. The two of them, addictive.
Yeah. It's magical.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps you at bay.
Yeah, apparently so.
Wow. All right.
Okay, so that made me really physically sick.
But yet I continued to stay.
But sick or not, I soldiered on.
Right.
Later that night, I powdered those balls knowing that they'd been inside a 12-year-old pussy.
Right.
Or against it, I guess. Probably not inside it, but.
Physically to the point of like sitting on the marble floor in our bathroom and being sick and being really sick.
Are you saying that the Gene was with Epstein on one of those islands or whatever?
Ace told me that Gene knows all of them, and that's what he said. He said Gene, he said he's a pedophile. He's not just a predator. He likes 12-year-old pussy. He said, don't we all?
What does that mean?
What do you think it means?
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
All right.
I don't know, because for one thing, he was saying it to me. And I was 14 when I had to deal with a giant Hollywood producer, and I was at his house, and I was told to go there by someone who I trusted and like a friend, and I ended up there, and it was really scary. But anyway, yeah, why would he? He would just, like I'm saying, he just says things.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
So what was this girl at 14 years old doing at some Hollywood producer's house?
Probably a little massage with a timer, and then got flown to an island.
Apparently so.
Make a little extra money,
I guess. So this girl, this woman has been around the block since she was, a young teenager.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, one last segment.
All right.
Kiss tried to have Ace killed. Wow. All right, here we go.
He tells you the truth. It just comes out. Ace just tells you. If you ask the question, he's just going to say it. Yeah, what's the problem? Because he was told. I'm not going to make up excuses. Look, I don't want to make up excuses. Look, they were all told that everything they did was solid gold, and they could do, and whatever they could do, they could buy people off. They could have people killed. And, and everyone always says, oh, she's crazy. She said they tried to have Ace killed. Well, they did. I thought it was the 70s, and Ace told me it was the 90s, but then he said it was in the 70s too. He said when they didn't want to give him money and when he was doing drugs, he said they tried a few times to send him. I focused on the time in the 90s because that was the time that we were all discussing and the time that I brought up one time. But, he told me that several occasions they tried to send him to a bunk, like a gig that paid a lot for him to go to, and he knew it was wrong, and he knew right away he wouldn't come back from the island. And, so I have no reason to lie about anything. First of all, I've never lied in my entire life about a single thing. I never saw the purpose in lying. Why? Even if it's weird, even if you went through something scary, which I have been through scary things, but even no matter what happens to you, there's really never ever a reason to lie about it.
See? Honest.
I guess.
Honest to a fault.
Apparently so.
Told you. Stop doubting her. She is a straight shooter.
Holy shit. Well, what surprises me about all this?
That there's no lawsuit?
Yeah, that there hasn't been anything published anywhere that any of this has been refuted or...
Well, what are they going to sue her for? She doesn't even have a fucking place to live.
Well, true. I agree that it's not that she has anything to be gained. Anybody has anything to gain from suing her. Yeah. Aside from, telling her, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
or prove your allegations. You're if anyone were to take this any kind of seriously, you're damaging my career and you're damaging my brand. It's not that she has anything to take from her. It's just that she needs to, shut her hole. Right. If any of this is untrue.
And here's why that's probably not happened yet. And I'm not saying it won't happen, but it probably hasn't happened yet because none of the mainstream press believes her. It hasn't. The only place this has been featured is So Fucking Cool magazine. It's not like Rolling Stone or Billboard picked it up or Blabbermouth even picked it up. No one has picked it up. I just happened to have it sent to me, and I was like, oh boy, this is CMS material.
No shit.
So, if it got picked up in any kind of a legitimate way, I think you would see them sue.
Yeah, of course.
But since everybody's just like, she's just a fucking pissed off ex, everybody's just like, whatever. We've heard crazier shit. Well, I don't know that they've heard much crazier than this. Jesus. But I believe her. I think she's got some serious points here.
Okay.
I definitely believe that Paul would suck a cock. Do you not believe that?
I don't know Paul's proclivities. I mean, obviously you look at Paul and yeah, he looks a little light in the loafers.
Yeah, I believe it.
But every morning Ace wakes up and Paul is gobbling his dick.
Yeah. And as soon as Paul's done, he makes sure he puts his mask on because he's a masky. That's a whole nother thing.
Sure. All right. Well, let's take a break and come back and wrap up the show.
All right.
Thought I'd play something from Ace Frehley's second sighting release.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to dedicate this to Rachel.
Okay.
Fallen Angel.
All right. Give me 3. Okay.
I'll do it. All right. Here's Ace Frehley exclusively here
on your classic metal show.